radio.com. I'm Megan Holiday, and today we are doing a live check-in with AJR. Adam, Jack, and Ryan, how are you guys doing?
We're very good. Thanks so much.
Awesome. It's so good to see you guys. And the last time I saw you in person in real life was at Bottle Rock in Napa. And that was just such a great time. And I can't wait to see you again. So how have you guys sort of just been holding up through everything? From the outside looking in, it seems as though you guys have not stopped a second and have been so busy over the last 12 months.
Yeah, I think that's been the way to do it. I think if we hadn't, we just would have been incredibly bored and kind of lost our purpose. So as soon as the pandemic hit, we just said, okay, let's use this time productively. And so we dove right into making an album, into doing these drive-in shows, into doing this big virtual concert, One Spectacular Night. It's just kind of been nonstop for us. And so at the end of this pandemic, we could look up and say, oh, wow, we have something we're proud of.
Yeah, there's been so much incredible content that you guys have put out in the world. And I just want to congratulate you because today your brand new album, your fourth studio album, OK Orchestra, is out in the world. That's got to feel really good. Do you guys have, maybe just a special moment or something that stands out during the making of this new album?
There were a few. It was a very up and down kind of album. It was probably the least consistent emotion-wise and I don't want to say happiness-wise, but I'll tell you what I mean. Basically, there were such lows in this album. I think Ryan and I even said to ourselves, God, do we even know how to write a song anymore? What is an album? What is AJR during this album? And then there have been moments of wow, this is truly the most emotional song we've ever written. I can't believe how easy this is to write. So looking back on it, that's actually a lot cooler, we think, than just having the consistent, all right, the song's good, it's done, on to the next one. It was a real journey and a real cool, almost like a movie writing this thing for us. So I don't know if there's a specific moment. I guess the best moments were the ones where it was really easy. But looking back, it feels like we actually did something really cool and put ourselves through a real challenge.
Well, something that I had read about you guys is that you have a mantra. And it is given that no one is perfect, therefore everyone fails. And I just love this so much. It kind of ties into what you're talking about. I think that we have to have those moments where we feel like I'm the worst, I suck, blah, 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 or feeling like you're failing in order to learn and grow and for good things to come out of it.
I think definitely, yeah. I think we always find that the universe works in waves and crests, and this always happens to us. On tour, Jack tore his shoulder and broke his ankle, and then the next tour sold out. And so ever since that happened, we realized this is how the universe works. It takes away a little thing and then it gives you a little thing. And so especially as an artist where you're not doing the same 9 to 5 every day, you have to learn to ride the wave and be oh, okay, this I got food poisoning or whatever. Oh, that means the next good thing is going to happen. It's a way more, chill, zen way to be.
I'm 100% with you. And I've just kind of found that through acceptance and just trying to learn from the past and just continuing to move forward, that's how I'm going to just get along in this life. And I feel in a way, Way Less Sad is that song. It's okay, maybe I'm not at my happiest, but I'm way less sad than I was. And it's progress, not perfection, in a way. So you guys
totally
talk about that song coming about, Way Less Sad. And also, I love that you sampled a Simon and Garfunkel song. I just think that that's really cool. So maybe if you can talk about that a little bit too.
Yeah, well, that's really where the song started technically. And that was 8 years ago that we decided to sample that. It's a song, My Little Town. It was one of our favorite songs growing up. And there's a little horn line at the very end in the last 3 seconds of the song. That's the da-da. Da, 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 da. And we always thought that was so great. So 8 years ago, we literally just, isolated the sample and put it in maybe a disco track or something back then. Yeah. And we're oh, this is cool, but we're not going to use it now. So we let it sit there. And then literally, I guess 6 years later, Kygo's manager reached out to us asking us to write a song for Kygo. And we wrote a whole new song over this track with the chorus that was, don't you love it, I ain't happy yet, but I'm way less sad. And they didn't want the song, but we were like, oh my God, that chorus is so cool and so AJR-ish. Let's definitely keep it. And then Cardi B's label, Atlantic, they reached out to us asking if we had any songs for her. So we dug up the old Simon & Garfunkel sample and put it into a new, very hip hop track and wrote an entire different song over that. They did not want it for her. They wanted it for another rapper on the label. And we said, no, actually, that is such a good sample. We can't give that away. We're going to keep it. So we took the chorus of the Kygo song and then that sample and then sort of AJR-fied it and wrote the rest of the song. And then it became Way Less Sad.
Oh my gosh, that is what a journey for a song to go through. And good, it's a great thing that you kept it because we've been playing the hell out of it. It sounds incredible. And also ESPN is using it for half the season for the MLB anthem, which is amazing. So
that is so cool. Yeah, that was very unexpected. And we saw the promo recently and we were like, oh, wow. I think for the first time I was like, wow, that works really well. You know, and seeing our own song in something, I was like, you know what, I get it.
Major, you know, it's like that trumpet comes in and the song just gives you this warm feeling. And
thank you.
One of the coolest things about your guys' lyrics is just how relatable you are. You know, it's just normal. It's like, hey, I got to do my taxes and I'm going to set the bar low when it comes to expectations. And I think just having this relatability is so important. I think people are really hungry for that right now. So was there anything, did you approach writing your songs on this new album, OK Orchestra, any differently? Was there anything that in particular you knew that you wanted to talk about?
Oh, interesting. But I don't think we consciously did anything differently from our past albums. I think just naturally we want to keep improving on our writing ability and kind of on our workflow also, where we now know like a song that maybe we would have written in 2015 that we would have been really excited about this concept. We now kind of have an understanding, oh, you know what, that's actually kind of a two-dimensional concept. I can describe that concept in 5 words, and therefore I could just say it. I could just tweet it. Why make a song about it? And so now we've kind of reached a different mental state where we want people to listen to a song, be like, oh, okay, I can bop along. I kind of understand what this is about. Then the second time they listen, now I really understand. And then the third time, oh, shoot, now I can't live without this song. That's kind of like a deeper workflow for a song that will live on a little bit longer than the quick, understandable song. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, because that's definitely been my journey through your guys' music. It's like you listen to it one time and you think, oh, it's about this. But the more and more you listen, the more that you find out. And a song that really took me by surprise with you guys was My Play, which it hit me so emotionally. It's a song about, you know, writing a play and then not really wanting to have to perform it for your mom and your dad who are recently separated. And just, you know, it was like you talked about that without talking about that, you know? So can you talk a little bit about, you know, that song and what that kind of means to you?
Yeah, obviously we had our own experience with our parents years back. And like you said before, we try to be as personal and open as possible. So we knew we were going to have to eventually write a song about it. And I think we were sort of scared to touch that topic because it had been done before. There are obviously a lot of divorce songs and parent songs out there. So we were a little like, I think that always scares us a little bit. If something's been done, like, okay, it's a little bit harder to sort of take a left turn with it. But I'm going to give the credit to Ryan. Ryan really sat down and thought about it and said, okay, I'm going to do exactly what you just said, which is, you know, sort of show and not tell, not say our parents were separated and we are sad, but instead attack it from the angle of a great visual. And like he basically said, what can make, you know, everyone relate to this idea? He said, oh, everyone when they were very young wrote a play in their head when they were 5 or 6 years old and really wanted to show it to their parents. And the idea of taking that away all of a sudden is really devastating, and leaving this really, really innocent kid so confused and sad is a perfect way to go about this. And he kind of just jumped off from there. And every time I listen to it now and people listen to it, there's that visual. They can, because there is that visual of My Play, they can really put themselves there instead of something very general.
Yeah, it definitely, for me, you know, it takes me right back to that time when my parents were getting divorced. I'm like, oh, I left this over at dad's house, or, you know, just the annoyance of having to go back and forth. And I think that so many, you know, younger people who might be going through that are really gonna that song is really going to resonate with them.
Right. Yeah. We hope so.
Yeah. And, you know, Adam, I want to make sure that I talk to you as well. Is there anything that has been a highlight for you in making the new album, OK Orchestra? Or maybe can you tell me why you guys kind of landed on this name for the album?
Well, the process of this album was really strange because obviously the entire thing happened during a pandemic, but, you know, all of our albums previously were made in our living room or in our bedroom, you know, self-produced by us. So there was a difference in terms of the inspiration for the album because we couldn't be outside looking around, getting inspiration from, you know, friends and parties and going out and experiencing things. So I think overall, like Ryan has said, that the album is much more extreme because it's looking inward. And when you look inward, you have all this kind of like swirling storm of emotions. And when you feel happiness or anger, it fills you up in a way. And when you have that as the lens to write music through, it's a little bit different as opposed to putting on, you know, a facade. When you go outside, you need to kind of, you know, stem the tide a little bit of those emotions when you're in front of other people. So it allowed this album to be a lot more powerful in some ways. And even though it was kind of produced and written in the same way that it had been before, it gave a new way to express emotion. So when Ryan and Jack had played me the songs, that's, you know, the real thing that I took from the songs, that they're just, the emotional expression is so real in these.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to, you know, just getting to see you guys play these songs live. I have to commend you on One Spectacular Night. Your live stream was absolutely insane and super immersive. And when you guys did Burn the House Down, you know, and Jack, you're like walking on the lasers and you're being held up by the strings. I mean, that was really, really cool. So, I, you know, what does the future look like for AJR? I know that right now we're all in this like limbo phase. Do you guys have anything booked yet for tours? And just tell me about the future.
Yeah.
What can we?
Yeah, Adam, you're
Adam knows. We have some stuff. Yeah.
We are going on tour. We can't tell you when we're going on tour, but we are definitely going on tour. I know that's not satisfying at all, but we do have shows booked. And whenever Ryan and Jack write an album, they always think about the tour as they're writing. So I know that there are tons of ideas already of how to translate the songs on OK Orchestra to the live stage. So it's there. It's coming.
Yay, so excited. And I know you guys are actually doing an acoustic live stream tonight for people who pre-saved the album. And I just want to congratulate you again on OK Orchestra being out in the world and for taking the time with us today. Again, I'm Megan Holiday for radio.com. AJR, thank you guys. Can't wait to see you.
Thanks so much for having us.
Awesome. You guys have a good day.
Thanks.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Right. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications from radio.com. And while you're at it, why don't you check out some of our other great videos.